Hello, I'm Lewis Capaldi and you're watching France 24.
And then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And I tried to close my eyes when
He may be from a small Scottish town situated between Edinburgh and Glasgow, but 23-year-old Lewis Capaldi has conquered the world with mega hits such as Someone You Loved and Before You Go. Even if heartfelt ballads are not your cup of tea, chances are you've fallen for the cheeky chap's banter. We met up with the self-proclaimed Beyoncé of Scotland while he was on his European tour.
Lewis Capaldi, thank you very much for joining us on France 24.
Thank you.
You're huge right now. You've toured the world. You've been to the Grammys. You are the kind of guy who sells out an arena tour without actually having released an album. Everyone loves you. How do you stay grounded?
I'm not very good at many things other than music. So I can sing some songs, but if you ask me to like run like a mile, I'm not going to be able to do it. I can sing to lots of people. That's lovely. But again, everyday thing. I can't make a cup of coffee.
Not yet.
Which is not yet. And we're here today to chat. Next up, next segment.
You've met lots of like very famous people, and you've been rubbing shoulders with them at the Grammys. Does that like a reminder that you're new to the game?
Yes, for sure. When you're in a room with like people like Cardi B and Offset and all these other people and Khalid's there and all these other, you're kind of like I've got one song that's done quite well, and other than that, I'm not really much else going on. I don't really feel like what you would call a celebrity, and then you go what, and you go, I thought I might at some point, and then you see the actual world of celebrities, and you're like, I get it. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like on the same level.
So see, as you like don't necessarily get recognised all the time, you get to indulge in the best part of this. You get to indulge in excesses.
Yes.
What has been your biggest excess?
My excess. I like to eat things, which I'm sure you can see.
That's good. You're in France.
It's good. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of free clothes at some of these things. So the Grammys, they were giving out free clothes. And I got like a nice fleece from North Face. I was like, oh, that's a nice fleece. And I put it on, so like free, people just give you free stuff. And you're like, this is amazing. And I can cut around and no one, like see, I'm walking around Paris all day. Yesterday we played in Brussels to 9,000 people, right? And you walk around in town and no one cares. And you're like, this is amazing.
did I be lost without you leading me astray? Guess that I'm a fool for the way that you can me. Girl, you make my heart break more every day.
Who's your favourite person you've met since you've had all those doors opened, you know?
Oh, my favourite person. I love Niall Horan. I think he's a lovely chap.
I've seen the bromance.
Yeah, he's been, but I've met him way before anything was kicking off for me. And yeah, we've kind of become actual friends. I think you meet people a lot of times and it's like, we should definitely get a beer. And then they never get a beer with them.
Yeah.
But like with Niall, I've done that multiple times.
Everyone likes you and likes your sense of humour, and your patter is, which is a Scottish word for saying
Yes.
to chat, is on pat. And I want to compare you in a way to a certain man who's really good on Twitter, a certain James Blunt.
Oh,
I want to say that you're like James Blunt of the 2020s on steroids. Are you okay with that?
Okay. Yeah, it's the first time anyone's ever thought I was on steroids, for sure. I always loved James Blunt because you could tell he just didn't care. And he wasn't taking things seriously. It was on Twitter, because he seems to be the only person that will reply to people like that and stuff. So I think, I love James Blunt. That was like kind of like one of the things when I was like starting out, was like you have to stay like that.
If you're gonna waste my time, let's waste it right and hold me while you wait. I wish that I was good enough. If only I could wake you up, my love, my love, my love, my love.
Your first album is called Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent. Are
Yes.
you ever been in that mood properly or not really?
Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time when I was making this album. Most of the time when I'm writing songs, I feel like I'm not good at writing songs. I write 400 terrible songs to get 20 good ones.
That's
Do you know
pretty
what I mean?
good. You know.
A good ratio?
Yeah,
exactly.
I heard that Adele's currently working on, she's got her album in the pipelines, and you've often been compared and you've covered her. Would you ever work with her?
I'd love to work with Adele, yeah, because I mean it'd be very financially rewarding for me, I'd imagine. Yeah, I mean Adele doesn't have to worry about it. Adele has nothing to gain from working with me.
And she's got good chat as well.
She's got great chat, yeah, she's terrific. But I'd love to work with Adele. What I love about Adele is she doesn't do a lot of collaborations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, if I was going to collaborate with someone now, I would want to collaborate with someone who doesn't do many collaborations.
Be this exclusive. You like it's special.
So it'd be like a thing, like, oh, how did Lewis manage to get Adele onto that thingy? And I'd be like, well, a lot of money.
Would you go and work with Liam Gallagher to piss off Noel Gallagher?
I tell you what would really annoy Noel Gallagher. Me working with Noel Gallagher. He'd hate that if he was in the studio trying to do stuff and I walked in and says, oh, we're doing, oh, Noel, I don't know if anyone's told you. We're going to do some stuff. I'd love to work with Noel and Liam. But
you could reunite them. I think that's...
It's me who shall reunite. I'll bring them together.
Oasis,
both.
you've heard it here first.
Yeah, I'll do it, guys. Don't worry. It's safe in my hands.
There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder. And if only I could hold you, you'd keep my head from going under.
Is your show kind of like part stand-up comedy, part guy with guitar?
It's more the ramblings of an idiot and then guy with guitar. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say there's no punchlines. I don't really tell jokes. I find that if people follow me on Instagram and know who I am, they're totally fine, they're totally cool with it. But you do get people who don't follow me on Instagram who are like, what is this freak up to? Do you know what I mean? Like they and you can always tell because people are like, get on with it or anything like that. But then the whole crowd comes together. But it's always music first. I just like having a laugh, and that just happens to be part of it.
I read that for this world tour, you're kind of trying to make room for people who suffer from anxiety so that they feel safe coming to gigs. How did you decide to do this?
I got a lot of tweets from people saying that, you know, we want to come to the show, but we have trouble in crowds and we have really bad anxiety, and those kind of big spaces are quite intimidating. I have bouts of like anxious spells and stuff. Basically, I just want people to come in and to be able to enjoy the show. I don't want someone's issues with anxiety to hold them back from being able to come and enjoy a gig. We'll see how it goes. It starts in our UK shows and the arena shows that we're doing in a few weeks. So hopefully it goes well and we can start to kind of roll it out.
Way too close to color your comfort, all dressed up but kept undercover.
You're kind of now Scotland's ambassador at large worldwide. So I'm going to ask you to explain two Scottish terms, two beautiful words. The first one is a bam. What is a bam?
A bam is like someone who's like, maybe gets a bit of a toe rag, gets into a bit of trouble.
And the second word is belter. What's a belter?
It can mean a couple of things. Like, if I write a song that I love, I'll go, or I hear a song that I love, I'll go, that's a belter. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, but then a person can be a belter, and it means that they're great and that they're good fun. And
so the game involves very famous Scottish historical figures, and I'm going to ask you bam or belter. The first one is one of Scotland's most revered heroes. He began as an outlaw but led the Scots to victory over the English in Stirling in 1297, William Wallace.
Belter, I would say, maybe. Yeah, belter.
The next one was the grandson of King James VII of Scotland and II of England. He believed he was the rightful heir to the thrones of not only Scotland, England, but also Ireland. He instigated the unsuccessful Jacobite uprising of 1745, after which he went into hiding and then fled over the sea to Skye dressed as a woman. Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Oh God. Maybe a bam.
I think he's a bam.
Yeah, because it's like, you don't, anybody who thinks they're entitled to that much stuff, you're like, bam, get away, bam.
Okay. His love is like a red, red rose, as many ladies found out in the 18th century, and he's the national bard and poet of Scotland, and his life is celebrated worldwide at the end of January. Robert Burns.
Robert Burns, I would say belter, right? But also, I hear he was a bit promiscuous. So, depends who you ask, really. Yeah. Robert Burns Day is my dad's birthday. Yeah, and my dad's a bam. Robert Burns, belter. Dad, bam.
Award-winning actor who famously played James Bond. He currently lives in the West Indies and says he will only return to Scotland when it's independent. That's Sean Connery.
I mean, bam, because there's a video of him talking about hitting women. And he says, sometimes they deserve a slap. And you're like, Rob, you're like, Sean, no.
Our next dude is known for his beautiful blonde mullet and is partial to leopard print suits. The singer and football fan asked us many times if we thought he was sexy. Rod Stewart.
Belter. I like Rod.
Yeah.
Belter. And I do think you're sexy, Rod.
Yeah.
I think you're sexy.
A singer-activist who rose to fame with cropped orange hair as part of the 80s legends, the Eurythmics, Annie Lennox.
Oh, belter. I love Annie Lennox.
Yeah.
Doobie-doobie-doop-doop-doop. Ah. That's Eurythmics, I think. Annie Lennox. Is that how they do it?
Sweet dreams.
Yes, sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, Annie. We love you so much.
And finally, a politician who is currently serving as the First Minister of Scotland and leader of the Scottish National Party. She's the first woman to hold either position. Nicola Sturgeon, the Sturge.
I like Nicola Sturgeon. Belter. I like her.
Have you met her?
I haven't, no.
I have.
But, oh, have you? Well, there you go. Well, it's not a competition now. But she did do a thing where she said, I will say this, Nicola. There was a thing she did and someone asked her, Palinatini or Lewis Capaldi, and she said Lewis Capaldi. And let me tell you, Nicola, that's the wrong answer. But you belter, but that's the wrong answer.
Lewis Capaldi, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Cheers for speaking to me.
Hope you'll be safe in the arms of another, 'cause I can't take the weight of your love, of your love. Hope you'll be safe in the arms of another, 'cause I can't take the weight